So, hello and welcome to the chat show Let's Rant, where I have a rant about something. So, welcome to the show. I am going to be ranting about the Nintendo 2DS today. If you've not seen my parody video, there is a little link on the screen right now to go and watch it, which gives a little bit of my impression to it. So, my first impression when I heard this out was, oh my god, they've sat on a 3DS. That was my first thinking. And it does. It is like a flat kind of slab. And in many ways, I think it kind of benefits the design, I kind of feel. Some people will say that it maybe is a bit bigger, so it's not really pocketable. It's not really a portable device. But in my kind of way, it's a lot more sturdy. If you drop that, it's less likely to break, because I know with the flip design, obviously the where it's joint on the two halves, I've split that so many times on a normal DS and had to buy a new one. It's untrue, and I think with that kind of design, it's not going to happen. Obviously, the 2DS is not for everyone. Nintendo have said it's designed for kids under the age of 7, and the design shows that. It's, a solid piece of firmware that they're not going to break. It is like a slab, so it's not going to break. It hasn't got that kind of breakability in it, and so forth. The screens of it are the same size, so calling for size-wise, nothing really there. People argue it's not a pocketable device, and for kids, they're not really going to carry it around in the pocket. It's going to be in a bag or somewhere. Some people argue, well, the screens will get scratched. They won't really. If you watch the parody video that I've got, which has the official trailer in it, you'll see that they actually put it inside a little bag case thing, which will keep the screen nice and safe, and you can carry games in there as well. So that's a way around that kind of design. As far as apart from that, it's a 3DS without the 3D. I think that's just a bit stupid, really, because in some ways it's taking away that feel of the 3D, which adds to the game. Yes, it's for younger audiences, and they recommend not to use the 3D vision for children under the age of 7. But for many people, they're going to lose that, which loses the interest in that. So they're being very direct in the market. That I find out stupid. The name, I think, is just ridiculous. A 2DS. It makes them sound like they're going backwards with 2D. They've had 3D, 2D. What's next? A 1DS? Where you can play 3DS games, but, everything's just... I don't even know how that works. So don't take that for a reason. But it looks like a nice little neat console. I like the colour schemes for it. I think they're solid colour schemes for it that really work for it. I like the whole look of it. It looks well built. I've not actually had a touch of it yet, so I don't know how it feels. But it looks okay. My only iffiness about it is how high you've got to hold it. And if it's a bit smaller, then... Because I know that the 2DS... Not the 2DS, the 3DS with the flip, it's got the triggers at the top. And, it's not as big as that's making. So that, to press all the buttons also, it looks higher up. So my worry is holding it wise. But from people who have seen it and said stuff about it, have said that's not a problem. So I don't know whether that will be, because I know that the D-pad and the little movement joystick, they're further up than they would be on a normal 3DS. But apart from that, it actually looks like an alright console. It's about, say, £20 cheaper in the UK than what the 3DS is. So, and it looks a lot more sturdier and well made. The only thing you're losing with it really is the 3D. Now, the 3D for some of the games is vital because it adds to it, like Super Mario 3D Land. But apart from that, I think that's a clever move by Nintendo. They're increasing their dominating, what they're dominating in the handheld market already. The 3DS is outselling everything else, and by doing that, they're aiming for the younger audience, and I think that's okay. I'm still a little bit... When I first saw it, I've, as most people will, were going, what the fuck is this? Fucking hell, Nintendo. But looking at it another perspective and looking at why they do it as a company, it's a good idea. It helps extend their audience. One thing that I don't get though is that it's still got the 3D camera on the back of it, so you can take 3D pictures. Okay, you'll be able to share them to your friends that have them, but if this is aimed for kids, most of their friends are going to be in their age range, so they won't be able to. So their parents won't be letting them have 3DSs because it's not recommended for under 7 years old. It's got to be 7 plus because of the whole 3D and the constraint of the eyes. And when I first heard about the 3DS, actually, I thought the whole 3D was just gimmicky. But and that was my. But I played it a bit, and then I thought, okay, this is okay, but my eyes are starting to hurt now. So you couldn't use it all the time. But apart from that, it's a nice little bit of kit that I think would look nice. It just looks appealing. I'm going to have to say well done to Nintendo for that. And that's going to conclude my Let's Rant of this week. Make sure you tune in next time for another episode of Let's Rant, where I'll rant about more absurd things, where I'll probably get a little bit more angry than this time. Goodbye, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys later.